everyone, it's Holly here. So today is day 12 Vlogust. So I'm doing 31 days of videos, and I really thought this month it was going to be horrifically hard. And actually I've quite enjoyed it and I've had loads of good feedback from you guys. So today is a question and answer session. I get sent a ridiculous amount of lovely emails and questions, and I'm horrendous in get back to everybody. I really do try. I always respond to emails, but messages and tweets and things like that. There's a fly in here, and it is driving me insane. I never ever hurt any other living creature, but that doesn't mean I can't be irritated by other living creatures. Get out! It's blatantly gonna come and try and be in the video, obviously. It's quite cocky, this one. Like, see. Alright, okay. So I'm going to try and answer some of these questions, and I've had to write them down because there was loads. And I've just picked a few, otherwise the video will be too long. And I can just update it and pop your questions below and I'll do another one. Okay, so questions. And I've tried to put everyone's names and try where they messaged me from, but tell me if I've forgotten. Okay, first of all, let's start with a nice easy one. Charlie00, I don't know where that's from. It might be Twitter or Instagram, I don't know. Says, how old are you? Charlie, I'm guessing that's because you think, wow, she's so young and fresh-faced. How old is she? Yeah, probably not that, but yeah, I'm 31, nearly 32. I usually do get told I look a bit younger, because I'm also 5'1" and small, size UK size 6, so I'm like a miniature person. My husband says that I'm like a Polly Pocket wife. I don't even know if Polly Pockets are out still. So if you are under 30, you're probably like, what the hell? What's a Polly Pocket? Just Google it, okay? Google it. But they're just like tiny little dolls. Anyway, so that's my age. I'm quite old now. I'm a proper grown up. Okay, so Kirsty H, which was via Instagram, says, what does your necklace say? I saw it on Instagram. Okay. Now this was a really nice necklace and it had a chain on it, but I snapped it, so I put some black thread on it. And it is off my friend Lucy, and she got it for me, and she got it on there. I don't know if you can actually see, but it says unfuckwithable, which isn't really a word, unfuckwithable, but I've been using it a lot and just means I can't be fucked with. I'm unfuckwithable. So my friend Lucy got it for me, and I think it's awesome, and I like wearing it because it makes me, if I ever feel like a little bit weaker, I could just think, you're unfuckwithable, love, just deal with it, get stuff done. So that's what that says. Okay, this one comes up loads. I don't know why people like hearing about stuff like this. What is your most embarrassing moment? And I haven't put who this is from because it was loads of people. Okay, so my most embarrassing moment, already I'm like scratching, like, oh, embarrassing. Okay, embarrassing moments in my life, loads. There's always embarrassing moments. I'm not easily embarrassed because I kind of think, meh, you know, things happen. Okay, once in a train toilet, in just in train toilet, Virgin Trains it was, and went in the toilet, and it was one of them ones where you press the button and then it slowly closes, automatic. But the button that you press is quite far away from you, like say a meter from the toilet. Sat down at the toilet, someone obviously pressed it and it wasn't locked. There's like another button that you have to press to lock it, and didn't know that. So then the door slowly starts opening. Obviously I've got my strides down, got my trousers down on the toilet, and it's like a really young, good-looking lad stood there in a bit of a queue. He's mortified. I then have to get up off the toilet, try and try and cover myself and get to the door. It was mortifying, and he was in my aisle, so I just quickly snuck past and just got my bag and then hid. I was really embarrassed about that. That was a while ago. Next embarrassing moment, when I was at Blue Peter in the UK, which is like a kids program, and I was on there, and Westlife, the Irish boy band, were on there, and at the time I really liked Westlife, and I thought it was super cool. So strutted past, I think it was, oh, I can't remember who it was now. I probably said this before, but it was quite an embarrassing moment at the time because I thought it was super cool, you know, a bit older. I was probably about 17, and walked past Mark and, was it Kian? No, Shane. Mark and Shane. Was it Mark one? I can't even remember. How bad is that? Anyway, Shane was definitely one. And so we walked past, and when you're filming on set, they have like these things that go over the wires so you don't trip. It's like just a little ramp, so you don't trip over the wire. So I tripped over the ramp that was supposed to stop me tripping over the wires, but I like walked past first and I was like, "You're right." I think that was super cool. You're right. Stacked it on the floor. That was quite embarrassing. Really embarrassing. Okay, what else? I did a talk for entrepreneurs where I had to get up and talk in front of lots of network marketers about my story and who I am, what my background is, and share some advice for these entrepreneurs. And it was, there's about 1,000 people there. And I've spoken about my story, I've spoke about my husband and things like that plenty times. But when it's live and when you hear that, you feel that collective, like, oh, like that, like collective feeling sorry for you. It made me cry. I cried on stage in front of 1,000 people. Really cringe, really embarrassing. I mean, crying's fine, sure, but it was just like, it's one of the moments where you're like, don't cry, don't cry. Your head's going, don't cry. But what your subconscious is picking up is cry, 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 cry. It misses the don't off, so I cried. That was quite embarrassing. I also had a really, I can't really talk about it. I don't know if I can talk about it or not. I will eventually. But anyway, I was invited recently into an audition for a show, and as you know, I haven't been doing any acting since my husband's diagnosis, so nearly 3 years, which is really weird and whatever. But life shifts, and so I got asked to go and audition for a show, which was really a little bit different to what I would normally do, and it was just the worst day to do. Basically, we'd just been in for the meeting to say that my husband's, talk about his brain cancer and about the tumour and the surgery and what was going to happen and the risks, and it was just a really, really hard meeting. And then I thought it'd be totally fine to walk into an audition after that because I'm a knob. But I kind of just thought, you know what, I'm never going to really be ready for this. I don't even know if I want to do it or not. And, whatever, let's just go in and do it. And it was just one of those moments where you have like an out of body experience where you're just like, what am I doing? Why did I agree to this? Like wanted to like float outside my body and just like look at this. Oh, I just looked. I mean, I'm sure they were really understanding. They knew what day it was. They knew what I'd been going through, but it doesn't make it any less just awful when you're there and you're just thinking, this, I'm better than this. This is making me look shit. But hey, I did it and it was cringe, and one day I'll probably talk about it properly. Okay, so yes, embarrassing moments. I have loads of embarrassing moments where like I can never remember people's names. That's always a big thing for me. Okay, next one. Do your kids like your vlogging, and do they know that you're famous and off the telly? That's Gemma 2000. Again, I don't know where that's from. Sorry. Hi, Gemma. Famous. I don't really think I'm famous unless you've seen the TV shows that I'm in, and then you probably would go, oh yeah, you're off the telly. Once somebody said that to me, which made me laugh. When I was in the street, when I was in the street once, a girl came up to me and she went, "You're from the telly. You're from the television." And I was like, "Yeah." And that was weird because it just made me feel like there was like a world, like, ooh, coming through your television. So yeah, my kids don't care. They think everybody's on the television. Everybody's on video now, so they don't see it as a big deal. How do you balance being a mum and everything else? That's Stacey from Manchester, I'm guessing. It says Stacey Mank. I used to always say I'm like a seeker of balance, but I think in the last few years I've realised there's no such thing. There isn't ever balance. You're only ever concentrating on one thing at a time. And so balance is a bit of a myth. It's just be that thing at that moment, and then just give time for the things that are important to you. And when something's important, you make time. So my children are important, my family's important, I make time for them. And equally, having my own stuff, being an entrepreneur, running my own shit is important to me. And so that means I stay up late, and I don't necessarily get up early. I was going to say I get up early, but I mostly stay up late. I'm a late person, and I just find time to do things, and I try and automate my work. So currently, outside of doing the acting stuff, I am a business coach and a mindset coach. So I work with mostly female entrepreneurs, people just starting out and looking to just build their business and market it, and just kind of pick my hustly brains. Hustly, that isn't a word. my brains, and I work with them on their mindset and confidence and things like that, body language, and yeah, how to project yourself in the correct way. And I've made that work around my kids, so I tend to do it via Skype or FaceTime on an evening when suits me and the clients that I work with, who are all awesome, by the way. And I also have online courses that I've put together, again, to be automated to work around my family. I've actually just connected with a girl today, and we are putting together something really wicked. So yeah, I will be telling you about that soon, because you're going to love it. So yeah, so it's not necessarily about like how I balance it. I make it work because it's important to me that it does, but I don't think it's necessarily balance. I think it's like one thing's like I'm doing one thing loads and then I'm not, and that kind of thing. Okay, I started my own beauty business. How can we work together with, oh sorry, how can I work with you to help me promote it? That's Lauren in London. Well, of course, Lauren, I would love to work with you, and a massive well done for setting up your own business, because that's a big deal. That I will be starting work with clients in September. I am starting to get booked up, so just contact me and let me know. Have a look on my website, iamhollymatthews.com, and you can look at testimonials, you can look at how I work and how much and that kind of thing when you're on there. And yeah, just let me know. From September I'll be working, so get in touch with me, and I look forward to working with you. And that's all the questions that I'm going to do today, because otherwise it gets a bit silly. But message me below any questions that you have about what I do, about who I am, any just random questions. Again, a lot of random questions asked to me. And for those of you who are keeping updated with what is going on with my husband, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just rewatch the Vlogusts from the previous week. He's doing ridiculously amazing. In fact, today he's been, well, I've been helping him obviously, but he's been wallpapering the wall. So I don't think there's a person out there that has just had their second brain surgery and yet is trying to wallpaper their daughter's wall. That's what the lad's like. So yeah, we just feel incredibly lucky. We are ridiculously lucky. Unbelievably. Like I kind of can't believe that the last week has happened. Kids came back last night, and now we're just like normal. So weird. It's so weird. And we know that obviously this is just the beginning of things, and Ross will be starting radiotherapy and potentially chemotherapy. They say no, but you never know, do you? So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Thanks for your support. You really, really are awesome, and all your messages and stuff do get read. I do try my best to respond to everybody. If I've missed anybody off, slap me. And I don't know what that meant. I'm a bit tired, obviously. But yeah, just message me back. If I haven't messaged you back, just say, "Oi, Geordie lass, crack on." And yeah, if you want to work with me, which made me sound like an absolute lunatic, but if you want to work with me, then get things, just email me, reachme@hollymatthews.net. I'll pop the details below. You can check all my stuff out on my website, and I'd love to work with you. I will speak to you all soon. Have a fantastic evening, whatever you're doing. Oh, it's Friday, isn't it? People are like doing stuff. I don't really live by everybody else's like timeline, time rules, whatever. So yeah, enjoy whatever you're doing and have a fantastic weekend. Speak to you all soon.